Completely true story. Today I am sharing a real story with you. Today's story was sent to us by Mindur Raihan Ahmed. The place of the story is in a village under Bowalia Police Station in Rajshahi district. Assalamu alaikum Nishad Bhai. I am Mindur Raihan. Today I am sharing a true story that happened to me. So without further ado, let's get to the story. When I was in class 8, towards the end of February, something unusual happened to me. I started having a dream that an old man wearing white clothes came to me and asked me, "Will you go with me?" I did not tell anyone at home about this dream because everyone would worry and not believe me. But the problem was when one night I got lost from home. I walked away from home. All my family members searched for me but could not find me. I don't know how I suddenly woke up. After about 2 days I woke up. I saw that I was lying in a bamboo bush with many parts of my body cut off. I came out of that bamboo bush screaming and looking for my house, then came home with great difficulty. Everyone in the house started crying, seeing me because I had been missing for 2 days. The very next day, my mother saw a terrible scene that I was eating raw fish from the fridge, and my eyes were completely red. My mother screamed and called everyone. My father and a few people tied me up in a room. For this unusual behavior, a huzur from our area was called. He came and said that I have been possessed by a deadly demon, and he wants to take revenge on me. At the words of huzur, my parents said, "Huzur, you should do something." But huzur said, "He can't do anything. You have to call another huzur." That night we had a very high fever, but the next morning the fever went away. My father searched and found a huzur, and he begged for a poem. His name was Azizul. Huzur came to the house and listened to everything I said. I told him about my dream. He went to my room alone and closed the door, and after a while he came out. Huzur said that I have to talk to the demon. He can't. Huzur told me that tonight I have to stay alone in my room and stay awake all night. Only candles will be lit in the room. Huzur told me to remember the jinn I saw in my dream. If the jinn comes into the room, the candles will go out. Then I have to greet him and ask him why he is doing this to me. I did not agree at first, but later my father forced me into the room at night. There were only 2 candles in my room. My brother's condition had worsened. I do not know when I fell asleep out of fear. But in the morning I woke up and knocked on the door. Then my mother opened the door. Everyone was outside. Huzur said, "What happened?" I told Huzur that I had fallen asleep. Huzur, hearing this, abused me as much as he wanted and said, "I have to do the same today, otherwise the jinn will not leave me." So he forced me to stay in the room the next night. But today I had a phone. But Nishad Bhai believes that at around 4 a.m., the candle suddenly went out and my room became very cold. I was silent in fear and forgot to tell Huzur everything. Nishad Bhai, my heart broke when a very, very terrible voice said, "I know why you are being kept. Now I will not forgive you. You killed my daughter, brother." I was almost finished. My hands and legs were almost paralyzed. That voice was so terrible. Brother, no language can express it. Brother, think about what will happen if a 15-year-old boy finds himself in such a situation. Brother, I felt like I would die today. However, somehow I can only say this. Please forgive me. I don't know when I killed your daughter. Please forgive me. Then the genie said, "I killed a black cat with a stick a long time ago, and the cat was the daughter of that genie. Actually, Nishad, a few days before this incident, I killed a black cat with a stick, and that cat was the daughter of that genie. The genie is doing this to me because I killed her." I cried and folded my hands and said, "I didn't know the cat was your daughter. Please forgive me." I almost cried to death that day. Then the genie said, "I will forgive you on one condition. You have to apologize to my daughter and give me 4 black goats. I said, okay, I agree. Then I didn't understand what happened. I felt a lot of pain in my neck and fainted. Then it seems that in the morning everyone came to my room and I regained my consciousness. As soon as I regained consciousness, I cried and told everything. Then Huzur said, the work is done. Huzur told my father to arrange for 4 black goats and take me to his house at night. As promised, that evening I went to Huzur's house with 4 more goats, and my father went with me. Huzur took me to a room. The room was completely empty. There was only a mat. Huzur told me that the jinn would come to this room and take his daughter. I have to apologize to him and tell him to take the goats kept in the room. Then he put the goats on one side of the room and made me sit down. Huzur lit a few candles and left. After a while, the candles went out and the room became completely cold. I was very scared in my mind. Like that day, that terrible voice said, my daughter has come to apologize to her. Then I said, crying, forgive me, I did this mistake unknowingly. Forgive me, please forgive me. And there are 4 black goats in this room. Take them as you said. That terrible jinn said, okay, I forgive you. I will not come to you again and will not harm you. After the jinn said these words, I started feeling pain in my neck like that night and I fainted. Then Huzur and father came and brought me back to my senses. I saw that the goats in the room were not there either. Huzur said, Alhamdulillah, everything is fine, no more problems. Then he gave me a broom and gave me an amulet to wear for 7 days. Then I have to bury the amulet in the ground. Since then, no other bad things have happened. Everything is normal, brother. Now, Alhamdulillah, I am fine, brother. This is the most terrible incident of my life, especially that Huzur. I will remember the things he told me to do and talking to that jinn in the house until I die, brother. This was Raihan Pai's incident. Thank you, Raihan Pai, for writing and sending me such a beautiful incident. The incident is Raihan Pai's own writing. You can also tell me about incidents that happened to you or that you know about. I will write and post them. So if you know any incidents, comment now without delay.